Oh, I think we're live. Yes, let me just turn on the music. Welcome back to... oh, that's loud. Welcome back to Please Don't Livestream. And we're finally back after a slight hiatus. We're back with the 1989 celebration, which is still going on. Yes, we're still celebrating 1989. And in this episode, we're doing a live commentary track for the greatest action movie ever made in 1989, Tango and Cash. And we are joined, as always, by the trusty co-host, Christopher.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. And returning guest and guest host for a while, Gabbe.
Hello.
Hello.
I thought you were going to say untrustworthy guest host.
Yes. No, well, when you were the guest host, you were trustworthy. It's the other times. Anyway, so like always, when we do a commentary track, I'm not gonna pay much attention to the chat because we're gonna watch the movie. I usually don't pay much attention to the chat anyway because I'm bad at that. But we're gonna talk. We're gonna discuss the movie, discuss what's happening in the movie, what we think of the movie, the background, the behind-the-scenes stuff. And if you have the movie, you can watch along with us. We're going to count down from 3, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to start the movie. And let's not waste any more time. We're going to start the movie. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's start it in 3, 2, 1, play. There it is. It's a Warner Brothers release. Yeah. And it starts with a strange soundbite here from what's his name? Sylvester Stallone, saying, "Okay, let's do it." It just, it's a weird way to start the movie. It feels like they're like breaking the fourth wall. The first thing they do, which they never do again in the movie. Any thoughts?
Well, no, not regarding that. I didn't even think about it the first time I saw the movie.
Okay,
so.
it's always,
Or the second time.
It's always perplexed me why he's like, "Okay, let's do it," and then
But is it because he is like following a suspect?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm the dumbest one in this conversation, and I figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and here we have.
But he's stupid.
Yeah, it is. Yes, but we have here in the Tango truck, we have legendary face Robert Z'Dar, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. Robert Z'Dar, who I guess is mostly known for this movie, but who was also in a very very entertaining movie called Maniac Cop. If you've ever seen that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays. I guess spoilers for Maniac Cop. He is the Maniac Cop. Spoilers. That movie does not utilize his face, which is weird. He is just a regular guy in that. Well, I guess he's an undead policeman, but I mean, his face doesn't factor into it in that movie, which is strange. But anyway,
that's the one with Bruce Campbell, right?
Yes, Bruce Campbell in a very normal role, which we almost never see. He always plays some sort of like badass or weird kooky guy, but in that one he's just policeman.
Okay, so why did he change the ammo? What did he change it to?
From what it looks like, he just throws out bullets that are unused. He didn't have to do it. They weren't empty shells.
Okay. Yeah, that was because my first thought was like that he changed it to armor piercing or something, but then he shoots the window, so
and nothing happens. Yeah,
so obviously not. I mean, this is great.
Yeah. Ow.
Why did they fly out?
Because
they
he hit
didn't
the
have
brake. Yeah, exactly.
Do everybody fly out of cars when they hit the brake?
Don't you?
No, never happened actually.
Oh, okay.
Me neither, but that's because I usually have a seatbelt on.
Exactly. They didn't, because they're criminals. And if you noticed, this is going to be a running theme throughout the movie. Almost all of Sylvester Stallone's and Kurt Russell's dialogue is basically one-liners. They barely speak in this movie. They just say cool lines.
I mean, it's an action movie from the 80s.
Yeah, I know, but it's ridiculous. It's like they don't talk to people. They just say things.
that was the thing I was thinking about when I watched this movie.
Yeah.
When did one-liners become lame? Because they are kind of lame nowadays. But
Yeah.
when this movie came out, that was like a cool thing. People thought one-liners were cool. That's why all '80s movies have one-liners.
Yeah. I don't
Since
know.
when? Since when are one-liners lame?
Yeah. Oh, I think we're gonna get here. It is. Well, in a second. Thinks he's Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is. Yeah, Rambo was a pussy. That's very funny. I know.
Oh!
Yeah. Look, and still, he's just. And here comes another one-liner when he tastes the cocaine. He takes a handful of cocaine here. I thought he was gonna. Yeah, I thought he was just gonna all of it, but he didn't. So more one-liners.
Did the cop just say, "I want your ass"?
Yeah, I want your gun, I want your badge, I want your ass.
I mean,
Yeah, it's that repressed homoeroticism that is all over 80s action movies. Oh, here we have oh no, what's his name? The bad guy from Batman 1989, which we're gonna do next week.
All right, yeah.
the old guy from City Slickers.
Yeah, the old guy from
Part two.
Slickers. He's in the first one as well, right?
I remember from the second one.
I
don't think I've ever seen City Slickers 1. I only seen the second one.
Yeah, the second one was always on TV here in Sweden in the 90s.
During Christmas time as well.
Yeah, maybe that is. Oh, maybe it's a Christmas movie. And here we have Kurt Russell. Yay! The best part of the movie, in my opinion. Sylvester Stallone is fine, but Kurt Russell. I mean, he's Kurt Russell. Look at him. It's,
it's Kurt Russell.
It's mesmerizing, is what it is. And it's.
I think we have evolved as a species, because that people could get away with that hair.
Oh, I love the hair. I sported a similar what is it called, mullet a few years ago, like 10 years ago, and it's so cool. I love it. It's I don't know if you noticed, but they kind of introduce him as more of the comic, like he's the funny of the two.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Both like in music and how they introduce him and everything. I don't know.
And if you look at the clothing.
Oh yeah.
Because Sylvester Stallone's character, that's Tango, right?
Yeah. Great Tango. Oh, the hat. This is it Joseph Cash? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Let's just call them by their surname.
It's Kurt Russell and.
All right, it's Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone. Yeah.
They don't really play characters in this movie.
No, they don't. They don't have dialogue. They don't really play characters. It's a weird movie, but it's
This is great. She wasn't even in danger, and he just pushed her cart in front of the car.
Yeah, because it looked cool.
But it was more of an asshole, though, to be honest.
Yeah. So fuck you, fuck your cart too. What?
Fuck you, homeless lady.
No, he was saving her. We all know he's
poor,
saving
and
her.
therefore you should die.
Oh, here's a nice bit of trivia. I think.
Why? I mean, it's the 80s.
Well, it's the 80s, yeah. So it's the obligatory boob shot. Very very forced in there though. But anyway, while looking up some trivia for this movie, it was very interesting that as a like separate piece of trivia, there was this little piece about the glasses that Sylvester Stallone wear in the beginning of the movie. It's actually not a prop; it's his own glasses.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why that was a piece of trivia that exists, but it was. This shot is cool.
That's why he looked kind of normal in them.
Yeah, because it's his glasses.
Because sometimes people that don't usually wear glasses or
Yeah.
need to wear glasses when they haven't in a movie. It just looks weird and forced.
A little bit. Yeah. But I gotta ask you, because this is also a piece of trivia, which is it's more interesting than the glasses thing. But Patrick Swayze was originally cast as Cash, Kurt Russell's character, but he dropped out to star in Roadhouse. Now, I don't know if you've seen Roadhouse, but if you have, do you think he made the right choice? Is Roadhouse like a better vehicle for Swayze? Or was, I suppose.
I don't really remember Roadhouse, so I can't
okay.
really say.
I remember Roadhouse. I would say yes, because then at least Kurt Russell got this movie. So that was a good choice.
But I mean, isn't that like during the 80s that Kurt Russell and Patrick Swayze was kind of interchangeable movies?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they had like.
Yeah, but they have similar features, and they were in similar movies, except that Swayze was more in like romantic movies than action. But
he was more of a heartthrob almost, like in Dirty Dancing and Ghost. Well, that's in the 90s, but still.
I mean,
I just gotta say, this scene, I hate this scene.
Why?
It has no reason to be in this movie. No, it does nothing. The only thing it does. It's a
setup for the I guess pseudo triangle drama for later in the movie.
But when we get to that, I'll point it out. We don't need this scene for that setup, because that scene setups itself.
Yeah, I suppose.
The only thing this scene, I had to pause the movie and go on like Google to check out who the fuck is she, because this scene is so weird and I don't understand what's happening.
Hey, it's Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, no, but I mean, no, not that, but who is she in the movie, the character?
Oh,
is it his girlfriend, his daughter, his sister, his co-worker? Who the fuck is she?
I think that's supposed to be, I think that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
we're not
just
sure.
annoying and confusing for no apparent reason.
Yes, I agree.
The in quotation, payoff doesn't need this scene to have the same payoff.
No, I agree, It's a little weird. But it's yeah, you're right. I don't know why it's in there really. I mean,
so
I
hate that scene.
It's just it's unnecessary. It's slightly misogynistic, but it's the 80s, so.
But the biggest problem is that it just takes me out of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it did, because when I saw it for, sort of the first time.
Yeah.
Because it's just, what's going on?
I guess it's to sort of deliver a little bit of exposition to show that he's very career driven something.
Yeah, because we didn't get that from the first scene.
Yeah, or I think the scene when he talks to the chief of police when he's like, "Oh, I do it for the action." I don't know what that scene has been. If we missed it, or...
No, it hasn't been in.
No, okay, yeah, because that's also referring that he just does it because he likes it.
Yeah,
he's a go-getter.
Yeah, so it's just an unnecessary scene.
Yes, it is.
It could have literally been cut out without any rewrites or any reshoots or anything, and the movie would have been, in my opinion, better.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not justify it, but I'm trying to figure out why did they put it in. Is it because it was to introduce her character so they just don't happen upon her in that bar later? Or?
The only reason I can think of is that character or that actress needed more screen time in contract wise or something like that.
Well, yeah, because she's literally a prop in the rest of the movie. So
yeah, so that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Probably, I think they just wanted to make the joke better later in the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But we'll take this up when that happens, and I'll explain why you're wrong.
Yes. And speaking of the script not making any sense, or most things not really making any sense in this movie, like the convoluted plot with putting them in prison and not killing them when they have the chance. This was a very, very troubled production, throughout filming and even while writing the script. Like here, first of all, yeah, Patrick Swayze was supposed to do the movie, but he dropped out. Oh, here's
the scene.
Oh yeah. When he's like, "Oh no, yeah, I put myself in mortal danger every day because fun."
Yeah.
It's yeah, here it is. Oh, it's so bad. They just saying it right out. You make a lot of money. You are cool. More one-liners. But yeah, Swayze dropped out, so he was supposed to be in the movie. Principal photography began without a completed script, which like happens pretty often nowadays, but not back then, I think. Sylvester Stallone, the actor, I don't even think he's a producer in this, fired the original director of photography, which is kind of interesting because it was Barry Sonnenfeld who became a pretty competent director in his own career later. He made the Men in Black movies, or at least the first 3. And then John Peters, crazy John Peters, whose main goal in becoming a Hollywood producer was to put a giant mechanical spider in every movie he made. I don't know if you heard that story. John Peters. Yeah, you know about the story. Yeah, okay. He fired the director before the movie was done. Andrei Konchalovsky was fired. So I think John Peters and Sylvester Stallone finished the directing of the movie, like the last 2 weeks or something. And the movie went $20 million over budget. And this was in the 80s. $20 million over budget.
No.
And
That's horrible.
Yeah, right before release, they re-edited the entire movie by like not a script doctor, but like an editor doctor. They just brought in this guy who fixes movies in post to remake the movie, basically. Which makes sense because this movie has a lot of like weird cuts. Things are missing. Things don't really make sense. We have that scene with Terry Hatcher. It's a hodgepodge. It's a mess.
Well, I mean that could explain that scene at least.
Yeah, I think it can explain a lot of things. But yeah, this was also like the height of Sylvester Stallone's fame. This is after the 3 Rambo movies. It's around the same time as Rocky IV, I think, when he was at his most like egotistical run of movies. But it's also, but this was like the beginning of the downfall of that era. Like he was on top here. That's why he put it on himself to fire the director of photography, even though he's just an actor in this movie, and why he like took over directing. From what I heard, I don't know this because I've never met him, but Sylvester Stallone was and might still be kind of an asshole.
I don't doubt that for even a second.
Yeah.
He feels like one of those actors.
Yeah, like especially around this time. I know he was humbled in the second half of the 90s because he kind of fell out of favor in Hollywood for a little bit because of like movies like Demolition Man and Judge Dredd, and I like Cliffhanger, but I don't think that was
I like
success.
Cliffhanger and Demolition Man, but Judge Dredd is just
it's fucking terrible.
excuse me for the bad pun, but it's dreadful.
No. Yeah, and he made The Specialist, which is a terrible movie. So he's definitely been humbled. Huh?
When did Stop or My Mom Will Shoot come out?
This was right after I think it's like 90 or 91 was Stop or My Mother Will Shoot. That's when it really started going downhill for him. Yeah.
What's the movie with when they're trapped in a tunnel that's flooding?
Oh, Daylight. I love Daylight. But yeah. That's also
because that was around that time, right?
Yeah, mid 96, 95 or 96. So that was like him trying to like make a comeback, his first comeback, but it didn't really work because nobody liked that movie. I love it. Yeah. I mean, disaster movies. So, okay. Yeah. I mean, I love 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow, so I can't really speak on
you can't be trusted.
No, but exactly.
But then he started to get good reviews with Copland?
Yeah, that was He decided to do like a quote unquote real movie, with Copland. Yeah, and he's great in Copland.
He got great. He got like really great reviews for that.
Yeah, I think he was even nominated for like a Golden Globe or something.
Some award.
Some award, yeah, not an Oscar, but some award. And he's great in it, and Copland is a great movie. But then he went back to making terrible crap after that. He made then in the early 2000s made like Driven and Detox. Get Carter. Ugh.
Yeah, that movie.
Yeah, that movie.
That's the one with Michael Caine, right?
Yeah, the original. Or maybe he's in the remake as well.
He's. I think he's the bad guy in this.
Oh, it's been so long. I saw that when I was a kid. I don't even remember. I just know people don't like it. But then he kind of found his footing again in the second half of the 2000s, mainly because of I think Rocky Balboa, because
Yeah, because
it was
sure as hell not as the Expendables.
No. I like the Expendables movies, but objectively, they are terrible movies. Yeah, it was probably mostly because of Rocky Balboa, and I guess a little bit Rambo 4.
I have to say, Rambo 4 is actually a good movie.
Yeah, I think it's a legitimately like great movie, full of ridiculous action, but it has like it's not just a silly action movie. It has a point to what they're trying to say with that movie. Unlike this movie, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the fun of the movie.
Oh, with this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pure, unadulterated, like, fun. It's entertainment. This is a quintessential popcorn movie.
Because I think we three differ a lot when it comes to choices of movies. Because I usually just want to watch something just to... I mean, I always turn off my brain, basically. But turn it off even more, like to have it on rest mode. So that's why I kind of like these kind of movies.
I do too. I like stupid movies. I'm not gonna like try and deny that. I don't like every stupid but I do like this one, and because it has some sort of intangible quality. Like it's so like unashamed of being silly. Like it's almost like they're doing it ironically. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate this movie. I'll rewatch it. I'm watching it now.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the movie. I just think it's not clever, and I would like.
No.
I want
No,
this
it's
movie,
not.
and I don't mean clever in like pretentious way. I mean just clever puns, clever writing, something clever.
Yeah, no. It's.
I mean, this movie
it's
needs something like that for me.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. This is very blunt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a worse version of... If we're talking about one-liners and action movies in that essence, it's a worse version of The Running Man, I would say.
Yeah, because The Running Man is it's like almost a bit satirical when it comes to game shows and society and all that.
And yeah, I mean, Running Man is that's the clever I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Kind of
Exactly.
way Running Man is clever. And that's also a dumb popcorn movie, but it has some clever.
It has some cleverness. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just blunt, and there's no real twists and turns.
No.
It's
I mean, this movie kind of pushes all the one-liners thing, like we discussed, to the extreme.
Yeah.
But I think they like reach almost the boiling point where it almost becomes too much.
Yeah.
If you go overboard, you become a less enjoyable movie, I think.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this movie, because I know the idea was is the script, or at least like a spec of the script, was written a few years before the movie was made. Because and that makes sense because it has this like this 80s excess kind of feel to it because this is almost a 1990s movie. It just came out in the tail, not the tail end, but like the summer of 1989. So the kind of the Reagan 80s era was kind of over when this movie came out, and I think because it wasn't a flop, but it wasn't like a huge success. I think it would have done better if it came out in like 86 or something like that, 87 maybe.
87.
Yeah, because it reminds at least me. It reminds me a lot about a lot of like Commando, or yeah, like I said, like Rocky 4 or Rocky 3. It's a movie full of excess, like the one-liners, the action, the costumes, like everything is just excessive in the movie, and I think that it's that kind of movie, like I said, John Peters or the Mark L. Lester who directed Commando. They're the kind of guys who just like they snorted a bunch of coke and made up stupid action movies when they were lying poolside at the Playboy Mansion. That is literally how they made Commando. They were at a Playboy Mansion party and thought, "Hey, we should make an action movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You got any ideas?" Yes, this thing about like he plays a retired commando. And I think this movie was kind of made in the same way. They just wanted to make a movie.
They took his Jenny, so
Yeah.
you gotta get her back.
Yeah.
But I mean, this movie, I think that's my biggest problem, is that it has potential. It could be, because the idea is good. The idea is good. It's two different kinds of cops, great, but in two different ways, pushed together by a conspiracy, and they have to fight with outside of the law to, what do you call it? Clear their names.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a good concept, and they have good actors who actually can play together and have good chemistry, but they kind of squander it in a bit, I'll say.
Yeah. And I know that the first guy who wrote the script, Randy Feldman, I mean he was tasked with writing it by the producers, I think. He wanted to make it a little more serious. Like these courtroom scenes that are playing out right now, they're kind of serious, and there are some slightly more serious scenes later in the movie. And he wanted to. The original script was called The Setup, which it's a terrible title, but it makes sense. It was about let's see, where was it? The original script sounds more like Lethal Weapon, because it's about two cops who have to work together to stop a team of ex-special forces soldiers from committing terrorist attacks on LA. Yeah. And it was definitely less comedic than the movie they made. And there was someone else. Oh yeah. It was because it was going through so many rewrites. Jeffrey Boehm, another writer who worked on the script, he actually wrote two of the Lethal Weapon movies. I don't know which ones, but he wrote the script during production. But he was so displeased with his own writing that he refused to put his name in the movie. Not because he thought the movie was bad, but because he looked at his own writing and said, "This is terrible. I am not putting my name on this." So that's the way this movie was made, which just it sounds awful, really. All right. I called Kurt Russell's character Jacob Cash before. It's Gabriel Cash. I just looked it up. Not trivia about that scene. The August 16th date that Kurt Russell's character is born on is actually the death date of Elvis. And Kurt Russell has played Elvis in several TV shows and movies. Trivia for you.
And I mean, by this point, when I was rewatching the movie a week ago, at this point I was kind of bored and kind of feeling I didn't understand why you guys like it. I changed my opinion later on, but at this point, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I have a thing when I rewatch this. I love the opening scenes; they're great.
Mhm.
I do still kind of enjoy these courtroom scenes, and I obviously like the prison scenes are like the best scenes of the movie. But after that, when they like go around and interrogate all the people involved in the conspiracy, that's like the most boring part of the movie for me at least. And then
Okay.
then the fun action in the end when they're in the like the quarry. That's fun.
I mean,
Okay, because
I
I was
think it's
thinking.
okay that
'Cause
they
I
have
say that.
scenes
Oh,
for
sorry.
build-up. I mean, I think it's okay that they have these scenes for build-up. I know it's slightly boring compared to the rest of the movie, but if it
Yeah.
would high pace all the time, I think it would be way worse.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
need to have that contrast.
Yeah, there needs to be it needs to be a little bit serious.
Yeah, but it's a little too drawn out. It could be cut
Sure.
down a bit, or not start with the action, start with this instead.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, because I would say the movie I was starting to have fun during the breakout from the
Okay.
prison, and from there on I liked the movie. Um, but until then I was kind of bored and feeling kind of underwhelmed.
Okay, I think the entire prison sequence is pretty entertaining. Uh, it gets a little dark when they spoilers when they kill whatever his name is, Jerry. I don't remember. But other than that, I like the entire prison sequence, like with Clint Howard, who plays a crazy man, uh, and the torture scene. I shouldn't say that's entertaining, but I mean you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
You can't say it's entertaining. I mean, the torture scene in
I like
Lethal Weapon, the torture scene in Lethal Weapon is entertaining.
yeah. Well, oh yeah, it is. Yeah. And then yeah, definitely the
I
prison
mean,
escape.
I would say something would be hardly wrong with you if you say that the scene when they whip Jesus in Passion of the Christ is entertaining. Then I
Well,
would start to question your sanity.
hey man,
But
don't kink shame. Anyway.
so yeah, you can say a torture scene is entertaining.
Yeah,
It depends on
how it's made.
It depends. Yeah, how it's made.
Like I recently watched. I don't know if this is gonna date the commentary track. Doesn't matter. I watched the Adam Driver movie, The Report. I don't know if you've seen it, but there
No.
they depict the way CIA agents tortured enemy combatants, as they call them, or terrorists, and that was not an entertaining torture scene. So yeah, there's definitely different ways to make a torture scene. That was not fun. But anyway, here we are. The prison sequence. I think in my opinion, the most entertaining part of the movie, at least that I remember. I mean, I watched it a couple of weeks ago, and that's the scenes I remember the most. I think. And hey,
Was that Mr. Blue?
yes, it is. You're right. I never thought of that, but you're right. Or wait, one of the colors from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I think it's Mr. Blue. It is because Mr. Brown that's Quentin, pink is Steve,
Yeah.
get me, and white is Harvey Keitel,
Let's see.
blonde is
That's Michael Madsen.
Sen.
Mr. Blue, Edward Bunker. Yeah, it's him. Yeah, Captain Holmes. Oh, I never thought of that. Oh, and this scene is stupid. Like, they can figure out like these plots for every bad guy in the movie except for the one who's actually doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the point of it? It's a good impersonation. Pee-wee. Ah, well. What were we talking about? I got distracted by the shower scene.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's very I don't know. Well, there is a little bit of homophobia there when he bends down to pick up the soap, but other than that, they're very liberal in just hanging out in the shower, which that's a nice thing.
This is a basic locker room shit.
Yeah. And here, everything they say here in this scene, like every other scene, but it's so obvious in this scene, everything they say is a one-liner.
Yeah.
Oh, and here you kind of see in this scene, someone. Oh no, I think we missed it. You see like one of the. Or you don't see it, but you see like water hitting Sylvester Stallone's shoulder. That's someone pissing on him. Just saying. Oh, and here's Robert Zadar again.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. That's a jab at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because they were feuding, too, for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were, or I guess it was like a friendly competition who could, like, be the coolest guy in Hollywood to do the best movies or whatever.
The coolest action scenes, the biggest...
Which, oh, there it is! That was the pissing.
So that's actual piss?
I don't know. I don't think that is, but it's supposed to
Or
be
it's
someone.
supposed to be piss?
Yeah. I hope.
I
it
mean,
was real.
if you look at the state of the prison, it could just be water leakage.
I guess.
Oh. Who?
The crapper's mine. Oh, and here's also the what do you call it, the power juxtaposition between like Stallone being the cool guy and Russell being the funny guy. Like he is what do you call it, the subdued one there, and Stallone gets this guy who he takes care of later in the movie. But here we have Clint Howard, another very very interesting actor, who almost exclusively appears in movies that his brother produces or directs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, not exclusively, but whenever he like gets a good part in a movie and he gets like a chance to really shine as an actor, it's in a Ron Howard movie because it's his younger brother, I think. I'm not sure actually. But I mean, he's done a lot of movies outside of that as well, but it's very obvious when he's in a Ron Howard movie.
Because usually it's a more serious movie, basically.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Like, I don't know if you've seen Frost Nixon. Great movie.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, and he plays like one of the like line producers in that, and he's great in it. But it's because it's a Ron Howard movie, a great Ron Howard movie.
Yeah.
And this is not a Ron Howard movie, so he plays a crazy person.
Of course.
Because he looks... He has
Austin Powers.
Oh, who's he in Austin Powers?
Johnson.
Oh!
The space ship.
All right, okay. Yeah, exactly. That's not a Ron Howard movie. And he plays a crazy, disgusting hick in the movie Ticks, which is not a Ron Howard movie. I think, oh yeah. Here's when he is tied him up with the slinky, which doesn't make sense because you can see like tape everywhere.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Let's dance, tango. Huh? That's a pretty good one. Let's dance.
He could have just said,
Tango.
"Let's tango."
But that wouldn't be grammatically correct since tango is a name in this situation.
Yeah, but it still would be grammatically correct.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Oh. Oh. What?
That scream!
Oh. Well, he was dying.
What? So you can find torture scenes funny, but I can find the death sound funny?
Of course you can. And I didn't say the scene was funny. I said it's entertaining. And speaking of the torture scene, here it is. Well, in a minute or two.
No.
This is very strange. I guess they like paid off the prison board or whatever, but how do they get all of these prisoners or inmates out of their cells in the middle of the night? And we have the big bad guy like running around here. Yeah, here he is, shadowy figure. Like, where are the guards?
Yeah, and here's also, this should have been our introduction to the bad guy.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, cut out all those things before with the plans and the things. We don't need to see that. We don't need to know what the plan is. Just that they have a plan, and there is shadowy guy who made it all happen, puppeteered.
Yeah, that's good. But I think, when you mention like that, yeah, those scenes are very pandering to the audience.
Yeah.
Like, they need to know who the bad guy is, so they know they should cheer for Stallone and Russell. I don't know. Yeah, it's condescending. Really. It's really condescending.
There's a lot of those things that bother me. That it's, as I said, there's potential here. They have the scenes and the material, but they fuck it up.
Oh, and here's racist against British people. If that's possible. I guess it is.
That's debatable. Being British isn't really a race.
No, that's true. Okay.
Or an ethnicity.
I guess it's being prejudiced against British
people.
people.
That's more correct.
Which, speaking of that character...
I mean, Americans have bad history with...
Yeah, that's true. But that guy, what's his name? John Bryan or something? He's in a bunch of movies. He does a terrible British accent.
I thought it was Irish first, but then it went over to British.
Yeah, it's almost like Cockney or something.
Yeah, and I was thinking Australian for a while too. So
yeah. It's some kind of mix.
It's non-American. Let's say that.
Let's say that. Brian James is his name. He has unfortunately passed on as well. I think he's. He is American. I thought maybe he is like Australian and tried to do a British accent, but no, he's American, and that's why it sounds terrible.
He's in The Fifth Element.
He's one of the military guys. He's also in Blade Runner. Plays one of the replicants, Leon, the guy with the mustache, which doesn't at all look like him. It looks like a completely different person. But I guess that's acting, I suppose. Don't panic. Yeah.
I would like piss myself if I was there.
Yeah. Like now these scenes are not very fun. They're kind of like intense. It kind of loses its like fun, jovial tone for a while here. It's so stupid. His whole plan. Yeah, why doesn't he just kill them now? What is his plan with keeping them alive here? I mean, yeah, he doesn't want them to turn into martyrs. So he wants them to die in prison. But just kill them here. There wouldn't be a movie, but his plan would have worked.
I mean,
if he just killed them now.
They would investigate it, probably. And the autopsy would show that the cause of death severely beaten to death. And
yeah, well, they're in a prison full of criminals they imprisoned, so it's not.
Yeah, it's not a stretch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just in general, like in real life and in movies, cops in prison usually get like raped or killed because
they say that earlier in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they don't put cops in Gen Pop.
Yeah, exactly. Oops. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. So this will be a perfect opportunity to just kill them. Well, and it's kind of like a Deus Ex Machina because they really should die in this scene, but they're like saved by the script. Because this like friend of Cash who we've never seen before just walks into the movie and saves them. Like, who are you? Like, here, what is this? Now comes the guards. Like, what the hell? Oh, and here he moves into the shadows. Ugh. There he is. Charlie? Dennis? It's something like that. I don't remember. Say the name. So Matt! Oh. That wasn't... Okay. Well, it's a nondescript name. Matt. Dennis. Charles. It's not Gabriel Cash. Anyway.
Yeah, that's also... I don't know. I like it and dislike it at the same time. That there are just plot convenient characters just popping up throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an old friend of mine. What?
Because
we were never introduced to any of this.
Yeah, but that's Once again, the messy script. Like, so one of the screenwriters probably wrote that torture scene, and then he got fired, and they brought in the next screenwriter, and he was like, "Why doesn't they die in this scene? Why don't they die? The guy comes in and saves them." It's really bad.
I mean, when they were going to prison, if he had mentioned that he,
like
that he has a friend,
exactly,
something, just a mention.
Yeah, or like don't. Yeah, when they realize they're not gonna go to the nice country club prison, but like a maximum security prison, he should say like, "Don't worry, I got friends on the inside." And he's like, "Sure you do," and then he actually did.
It's the same thing later on when they're on the run, and Sylvester Stallone is just in a mechanic shop for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and they get like cool weapons and a futuristic battle car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't have to set those things up. It's more fun if they just happen, you know?
Yeah, as I said, I both like it and dislike it because it's kind of funny that it just happens.
Yeah.
But also, hang on.
It works in this movie. It would not work in any other movie.
Yeah,
I think so too. And also, I don't think it's completely necessary to tell the audience about Matt. To be honest.
No, it's necessary.
Do you think it was necessary to mention him before?
I think so a little bit.
If I was Cash, I probably wouldn't even have thought about that since I got sent in prison wrongfully, and just trying to, take it day by day and trying to survive.
No, that's true, but like in a screenplay sense, it would be nice to have some kind of foreshadowing or setup of that character before. I think.
Yeah.
But maybe it didn't work in the movie, but that's why.
I mean, if it was any other movie, I would.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit on it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it sort of works in this one. I don't know why.
It sort of does. Yeah, I agree.
It's so retarded. I can't.
No, yeah, I 100%. I agree.
I mean, I can find a billion reasons not to like the movie, but I still like the movie.
That's because when it's actually entertaining, if you like this sort of entertainment, it is so entertaining. Like
it's pure gold in that sense.
Yeah. And would you call this so bad that it's good movie?
I would give it the Christopher rating. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, because it's somewhere.
Like I said, it's not Running Man good.
No,
because Running Man was good in my opinion.
Yeah. That's a movie that I ironically liked before, and then when I got a little older and rewatched it, was like, hey, this is actually good. It's a silly movie, but it's actually good. This one it's just a silly movie.
It's just a silly movie, and it's actually entertaining. mean,
yeah.
Just to set
This
the record.
movie-
Just, I feel we're talking a lot about it, so just set the record straight. I'm not a huge fan of Running Man, but I think it's a better movie than this one.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
definitely a better movie than this.
The thing
We
that
are all
don't-
talking about Running Man like it's an amazing movie.
No,
it's
no.
a fun movie. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies to watch with friends.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And this movie also works. It's in that same like category that it's
Yeah, you kind of
super good to watch it if you're with friends.
yeah, you at least for me it's like I unironically like this movie. If that makes sense. It's not like it's like I said it's not so bad that it's good. It's actually entertaining, but it's a pretty ridiculous movie, and that's what I like about it. So I ironically like the movie, if that makes any sense.
I can't think of one single movie that I like. Ironically,
Well, I would say movies that are so bad that they're good, I kind of like ironically. Like, I don't actually like The Room, but it's fun to watch because it's so bad, so it's ironic, sort of. Same thing with, like, I don't know, Troll 2 or Plan 9 from Outer Space. I kind of ironically like Commando, but I unironically like the action scenes in that movie, but the rest of the movie is terrible. That's where this kind of differs, because
yeah. For me, if you like something, ironically, there can't be many redeeming qualities about the movie.
no, exactly.
Okay, yeah, one. Max Payne, I like it.
Oh no, I unironically hate that movie.
Because I think it's so bad that it becomes the best comedy ever.
I don't know. I've seen it once, and that was with you many years
Yeah,
ago.
made you see it.
And it was a lot of fun to watch it with you. But if I just sat down and watched it by
Yeah,
myself,
exactly.
no, I would not enjoy it.
Because you need to watch those kind of movies with people.
Yeah,
You need to share the pain.
yeah, and that's the thing. I can watch Tango and Cash by myself and still enjoy it. So it's not completely ironic. Like
You enjoy watching the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
This song or score is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I call it the tango theme because he's introduced to this song, but I guess I looked it up. This is like technically the official theme for the entire movie.
Yeah.
But you have like two distinct songs. You have this one and and that's the Cash theme in my head.
That's a Pinocchio song.
Yeah. I guess. But it's also a Cash theme. You know? And this scene looks like they're in two different rooms, just how it's shot. I know it's a bend there but still, it looks weird. Just the way they shot it. Maybe that's why they fired the director of photography. It looked weird. And Sylvester Stallone got angry and like, hey, it looks weird. Get out of here. Oh. All this is why I like the prison sequences. This is fun. This is exciting. This is, I think this is my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, it was around here that I was like, okay, fair. I get it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You mentioned that. But then I think the scenes that follow after this are kind of boring. They're just going around talking or interrogating people. I like the scene when they shove the grenade down the guy's pants, Rakeen's pants, the Brian James character. But the other ones, they kind of, I don't know. That's when I kind of zoned out when I was watching it the other week. That was exciting.
Oh, that must hurt so much.
Yeah. That's why they had stuntmen doing it. That's why it was a wide shot. This ain't a Tom Cruise movie. They did not do their own stunts.
If I take too wide of a step going up the stairs. It fucking hurts my knee so bad.
Yeah. Oh, and here all of a sudden it gets very serious. Oh no, the electricity. Well, yeah, I guess they're kind of sick.
I
of
mean,
electricity.
I think they got like
Yeah.
PTSD just seeing electricity.
Yeah, I suppose. That's cool. That's good lighting.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, it looks cool.
But the question is, if they would make a sequel to this today, would
Yeah.
you see it? I would totally see it.
Yes, I would. I've fantasized about what a sequel would be like.
I thought you were gonna say I've written like 7 petitions.
No, no.
Jesus.
But I actually, a while ago, a few years ago, I had this idea that they would do a revival sequel to this movie that would also be like a revival sequel of Stone Cold, a much less known action movie from the early 90s. I don't know if you it's not really like a classic or
Yeah,
anything. But...
I remember this. This is so good.
Oh,
I don't understand you. You've been harping on for years about stupid remakes and sequels to old movies, and,
But it's
and
Tango Cash.
it's the destruction of cinema.
I know.
And then you watch a kind of decent 80s action movie. Well, yeah, we should do a sequel to this. Come on.
Yeah, but this isn't like an important cinematic landmark. If they want to make a stupid sequel to this, I don't give a fuck. Just do it. Don't make sequels to like don't make the Joker sequel, which they're planning now. At least I heard that. They shouldn't do that. That was like a proper movie. You shouldn't make a sequel. You shouldn't diminish the effect of that movie.
If you honestly thought they was gonna make one movie, then
I really hope they don't. Oh, he should have died there. But that's the thing. Like, if they want to make a sequel to a stupid movie, I don't care. But they should like respect proper cinema or something. I know I'm a bit hypocritical, but I'm also a bit.
I mean, I get what you're trying to say. I mean, it's
Yeah. And also it's just me like making up sequels in my head. Like if they made it, honestly, if they made a sequel to this, I would I would be there like opening day, yes. But in general, no, I don't appreciate sequels. In certain for certain movies, sure.
I mean, that was a really interesting and good death scene, I think.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because he would have survived if it was just taking the fall, but
He
just with his instinct, which is to protect the head, he grabbed a hold of the wires, and that's why he died.
Yeah.
And I think that would happen to whoever was put in that situation.
And it's also poetic justice, since he was part of torturing them with electricity before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was a good death scene.
This is a clever movie. No, it's not. But no, it's not.
I mean, let's give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
It was a good death scene.
Oh, here when he said, "I hate Danish," that's a jab at Bridget Nielsen, who Stallone was married to, but had recently divorced when they were shooting this. You know, Red Sonja, Bridget Nielsen?
Yeah.
Okay. They got married like a few years earlier, and then most Hollywood relationships or marriages, it ended horribly. It ended horribly. So yeah.
There was a lot of going around there in the 80s of marriages ending horribly.
Yeah, but you know whose marriage didn't end horribly? Who was also in this movie? Kurt Russell. He's still married to Goldie Hawn. And I think that's really nice. That's a wholesome, marriage story or whatever.
He has a son, right?
Yes, Wyatt Russell.
The guy that was in 22 Jump Street, I think.
21 Jump Street. He was in the first one. And then he was in. He played the.
No, he was in the second.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. When they're in college, yes. And then last year he played the badass hero in not the protagonist but the hero in Overlord. Very underrated movie.
Yeah, he was in Overlord. That's
Yeah,
right.
you should watch it if you haven't. It's a good movie. Well, yeah. Oh, here's the garage scene. You know the Q character.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing.
Yeah, but this wasn't the garage scene I was thinking of. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll point it out. But yeah, this is also weird.
Oh,
What
right.
is
This is
this?
Cash's
Where is-
friend. Yes.
Yeah, where is he? Why is he here? What's going on?
I think this is supposed to be a division of LAPD. They have
What?
their own weapons lab or something. I don't know.
No, that can't be right.
I don't. What else could it be?
I don't know. But if he's hunted by the LAPD, why would he go to LAPD's weapon lab?
Because he can trust Owen. You know, he's.
Yeah, but do you
he's
see the
friend.
people around?
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know. This is. I don't know.
Explain this.
I don't know, but I want it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The dog. Yeah. It's great. But this is also like, speaking of sequels, this feels like where they're setting up all these supporting characters. Like you have the two police commissioners. You have that character. You have I guess they killed Matt, but still, like if they wanted to do a sequel, they could have like a guy that provides them with weapons and cool vehicles and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not
get it.
saying, but
I
I'm
get it. I get the point. But it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. But once again, they just wanted to write, they just put it in the script because it's fun. They didn't care.
Yeah.
They were high on cocaine, probably.
I think that was one of my biggest pet peeves in movies in general, when they do something like this, which they could have solved with a single line earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's running around with a laser sight over and over again. Could someone just ask him, "Where did you get that laser sight?" "Hey, it's from my buddy. He does weapons stuff down in the slum area." I don't know. Just fucking a throwaway line. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. He does have like a very oversized laser sight for his gun.
Yeah.
Which makes sense
that's-
since he knows the Owen character, but we don't know that until now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So take away that stupid sister scene and put in some fucking throwaway lines.
Yeah. Like we said before, very few things are properly set up in this movie.
Yeah. And as we said before with the prison thing, yeah, I have friends on the inside. I mean, it's just a line.
Little things. Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying the script was written during production.
Oh yeah. They were
Yeah.
constantly editing it during
Yeah.
production.
So, because I mean, those lines you can only put them in if you actually have the completed script before you and look it over and say this is going to happen. This is going to happen, so let's put something in before that. But if
Yeah.
they don't know that's going to happen,
They can't do that. Yeah, so they just
yes,
they made it up as they went along.
yeah.
That's probably how it happened.
Mm.
And here's this guy who's I've seen in other movies, but I can't place him right.
Green Mile.
He's in Green Mile?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. He's
The mouse guy.
Yeah, the mouse guy.
All right. Oh yeah, and he's in.
And he dies. You know how he dies? He gets electrocuted.
Oh,
Well,
a lot of people do. No, but he's in. I think he's in Waterworld as well. Plays the old kooky inventor guy.
Wait, hang on. I'm just gonna listen to this. Oh, okay, we missed it. But or no, here it is.
What?
Here, it's just it squandered moment.
Okay.
They should have just put in like, I have a recording, then look over at the things he just shot. Well, I had a recording.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, is this the
This
garage
was-
scene?
Yeah, this was the garage scene. Where is he? Who? Why is he here? Who did it? What?
It's a random garage. Look.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, it's obvious that this is a longer scene that was cut down because the guy
Yeah.
turned around like he was gonna say something, but we don't see it. So yeah.
No,
So-
the guy was washing his face, and Sylvester Stallone stole his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way it's cut, it looks like he was gonna like follow Stallone and say, "Hey, you took my shirt" or something like that. But you know, they just cut it.
and yeah, so here, if we just imagine that the earlier scene with her was not in the movie. So we had the foreshadowing with go to this club, talk to this person, a person we don't know, we haven't seen before, we have only heard a name, and she will get us in contact again. So that's a setup that, okay, who is this person?
Yeah.
And at first we think maybe that they're a couple or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and also he says like go here and meet Catherine. She'll help
Yeah.
us or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And we already know that that's Catherine. Like, okay, there she is. But if we didn't see her in that earlier scene, then we'd be like, oh my god, who's that? Is that Catherine?
Exactly. So that scene, I hate it so much. I can't
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
talking about
okay,
it.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it have been funnier if Catherine was a dude? Like a boy named Sue, but it was a guy. So he thought that Terry Hatcher was him.
Oh, they would do
I
one
guess.
of those.
Yeah. But then you couldn't have the very forced love story.
Nah, true.
And
Maybe in the sequel.
yeah. Oh, this is a weird part. She plays drums. Like I get the dancing,
Yeah.
but she just starts banging drums.
And she doesn't play that well either.
No, you can actually hear it in the movie. She's like out of
Yeah.
out of step. She's not in tune. Here, she's just hitting them. Ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom. Oh God.
Could they like at least just? It would have been a cool thing if she actually could play drums. I mean,
Yeah.
the character
Yeah, like
would have made sense.
why is like drums part of her show? I
Because
said,
it's sexy!
no, it's not. Listen.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's like the least sexy instrument ever.
Exactly. She should play like a trumpet or something. But I mean, yeah, because this is supposed to be like a sexy dance thing, and I get that. It is.
Yeah.
But why are the drums there?
There's so many weird
So
things,
weird.
weird choices throughout this movie.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the 80s, man.
It's the 80s. Yeah. She should play the drums. I love drums. Probably.
And let's have this big fan.
Yeah. Because it's so hot in here, man. We gotta put a big fan in. What are you talking about? It's really hot. Ugh. Yeah. That's why I want to live in the 80s. Because I mean, you can make movies like this. You can't really do that
Without-
nowadays.
Without any talent
Yeah.
and no reason.
No reason.
Just,
They just want
can
to
we
make
do a movie about this? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Take the money.
More boobs.
More boobs. Yes. So we didn't need that weird, awkward boob shot in the beginning. They have boobs here.
Yeah.
And here it actually makes sense.
It makes sense here. Yes, it's a dressing room. Oh, another Elvis reference.
So this scene that's coming up now.
Yeah, I mean this
I
is just a fun.
Yeah, but I want to discuss it because it's interesting for being in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what it is. Same thing like with the shower scene. This is a progressive movie, Christopher. It's a very
but
progressive movie.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing because it's the framing that's because they frame it not as a joke at all.
Well, it is. I think it's supposed to be a joke. Like, haha.
Yeah, but
you see this and like, oh, who is this? And then like, oh,
Yeah.
ho, 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 it's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, but we've seen this joke before. But in this specific scene, it's not framed as a joke. It isn't,
Yeah.
and usually the joke is that
He's
the man is
awkward.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
He's not embarrassed at all. He's I mean, he's still cool, and
Yeah.
it's. I wonder if this is supposed to be a joke or not, because it's not framed as one, it's not filmed as one, it's not written as one.
No, it's not.
And it's kind. And is it really trans progressive? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be.
It could be. I'm not an expert.
Because we have seen this joke in 80s movies several times before.
Where they're so awkward, like, I can't wear this. Oh, it's riding up my crotch, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and like walking in high heels, but
Yeah.
he does it flawlessly, and it works perfectly.
Yeah. Well,
Because he's Gabriel Cash.
exactly.
Yeah,
He's the
it's-
wacky character.
No, you know what? It's Kurt Russell. You can't embarrass him.
Yeah, and that's also another thing. It was the scene frame. Was it written as a joke? And Kurt Russell said, "Fuck that! I'm not a joke. I'm gonna own this shit." Because that's also a possibility.
I don't know. I didn't find anything about that. But I honestly, I think it was written as a joke. But someone involved found it like they could make it more fun if they actually played it straight. Like, we're not laughing at him dressed as a woman. We're laughing at the police officers thinking it's a woman or something, you know. It's not laughing at a cross-dressing man, it's laughing at the reaction it gets, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is kind of progressive, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of progressive, and it's kind of an interesting scene.
Yeah, it is. Or once again,
but-
it's the 80s, cocaine. Some of the producers were into cross-dressing, and they were like, yeah, put it in there, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. And again, back to this. This would work great without that fucking shit scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because we still don't know the relationship between them, even with that scene.
But maybe it's like we're supposed to think it's his girlfriend, but then he says it's my sister. So it's...
Yeah, but at this point we still think it's his girlfriend, even without that scene in the beginning.
Yeah, I know. I don't. I don't know. I don't know.
I just want you guys to share my hatred to that scene.
Oh, I agree. That scene is stupid. Drop the duck. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm not defending it. I'm just trying to make sense of that scene. Like, is it to plant the seed that it's his girlfriend or
No.
but isn't it, because when he mentions like find Catherine, that's just a person, but since we have that scene in the beginning, we know they have a relationship.
Yeah, but she says that when they meet in the club, in the dressing room. Is he okay?
That's true.
And like feels worried and all those things. So
That's true. I don't know. Stick your finger and push. Yeah, I don't know. That is a dumb scene. I agree. Oh, has it said it yet? No. Or does? Ah, there it came. That's not very progressive.
No, but
I mean,
he's
that could
supposed
just
to
be a
be.
statement.
Yeah, I know.
I mean-
I know. What? And now he? Oh, what? What?
That
Why didn't he put the dress on?
yeah.
What?
What's
was
going
that?
on here? What?
Smoke? Nope. And then he takes his cigarette.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you know what that? You know what that is? That is witty banter.
That's a power move right there.
I mean, this scene, it really feels like it's gone through the shredder in the cutting room.
Yeah.
Because there are mismatches and there's nothing really.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
he had the tape in the dress. Which, haha, they pull things out of their bras. There's a lot of jokes in this scene, which, like, 1 out of 5 lands. Oh, they have the address of the bad guy?
Yeah, obviously. Had it all along.
What? So shouldn't the police guy, whatever he's called, why isn't he helping them more?
Oh no, he said that.
Well,
He's gonna keep the other cops at bay and
okay.
stalling them. And
Sure.
he says like, I can give you a few hours.
That's
Get it?
yeah,
He
yeah.
used the same joke as Cash used in the beginning of the movie.
Which one?
He said, "You're gonna make a very ugly bride someday." Oh, is that a proposal?
Oh, right.
No.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's right. Stallone says the same thing. Is that a proposal? Oh, yeah, it is. It's a callback. Whoa. This movie, it's deeper than you think.
Come on.
I'm joking.
Don't even joke about things like that.
I mean, I think this movie wouldn't have worked with Patrick Swayze because I can't see him doing
No, he's a bit more serious.
pulling off
No.
the same kind of because the banter between Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone is really good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, they have pretty good
They have
chemistry.
good chemistry,
Yeah, yeah.
Like- and that's why we deserve a Tango and Cash too.
Yes.
Because it would be ridiculous. Imagine them how they look now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kurt Russell with his big beard. That would be awesome. Going back to my idea for the revival sequel of this. Yeah. I guess none of you had heard about the movie Stone Cold, right?
No.
Ah, okay. Well then, okay. Yeah, it doesn't make sense then. But Stone Cold is about an undercover cop who joins a biker gang, who is run by Lance Henriksen, because he's kind of a rebel and a biker in real life, so he's perfect for the part, or the job. And my idea for the sequel will be that Tango and Cash are retired, or I guess Cash is. Tango is still like doing business stuff, but he's not a cop anymore. What the hell is his name? John Stone in John Stone in Stone Cold. He is still a cop because he's a bit younger than these two, and he's still like doing undercover work, and he has gone too deep into another biker gang. So they pull Cash, Tango and Cash out of retirement to get him out of there. That's kind of the idea for my. But it makes more sense if you've seen Stone Cold. So I guess it's not very interesting.
It's something for the audience.
Yes. So, and also, audience, check out Stone Cold. It's not as good as this, but it's a pretty ridiculous action movie. And the main guy in that, Brian, whatever he is, he's like an ex-football player. He has a ridiculous mullet, so we could watch it just for that. Those one-liners are not good. Wouldn't be a party without Potato Head. That doesn't make sense. And now they call him Rakeen again. Because he's like called Potato Head in the... I read somewhere they like named him Potato Head, but he has a name in the movie. It's Rakeen. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway. Up yours also. Yeah, it's a terrible what's it called? Terrible accent.
Yeah. But I do like the energy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like he's a good character actor.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a completely different person in Blade Runner. Like
Yeah.
you can barely recognize him. So he's good.
Yeah.
And this scene becomes a little too intense as well because we don't know that they're faking it.
But come on, it's kind of obvious though.
Yeah, but all this stuff.
We'll this stuff.
This is the oldest play in the book.
Yeah, no, but
and it feels like because I saw this a million miles away, and I hadn't seen this movie in years, so I didn't remember it. Because I think we have learned how these characters act at this point. We know these people, so we know that this is an act and that they're cops and this is up their alley, so to speak.
All right.
So
I mean, remember the first time I saw it, I don't know how old I was, but it was like, I was like, hey, wait, are they gonna blow him up for real? Because
Me too, but I was like hoping they would.
Yeah, they're not really winking at the audience. That's the thing. They're not really giving it away. You're like, oh no, are they actually gonna do it?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, sure. The movie hasn't been sold until this point, so why should it be sold now? Why should you think it would be sold?
Exactly.
But I mean, it's one of those that it's meant to be sold, and they trust the audience to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I suppose. But they don't trust the audience to figure out that the bad guy is the bad guy without having like two expository scenes before the prison scene. So I don't know. It's kind of back and forth. Once again, hodgepodge of a script. Yeah. Oh, and no. Oh. Now he's just antagonizing him. Just say it. You didn't do anything. Just say it.
But where's the fun in that?
I know. Poor Tango. Oh.
I remember the car looking better than this.
Yeah, the car looks terrible.
It looks terrible.
Looks like a toy.
Yeah, what kind of joke is this?
It should be more. It's supposed to be like a tank, so it should have been like matte black and have more like harder lines.
When I saw this car, that was the first time in the entire movie that I was laughing out loud.
In an action comedy, this was the first time you laughed. Yeah. That's not good. But I guess there's a reason for this because they didn't want to build a custom car because they could have built like a custom like tank car thing. But this is actually just a I read it somewhere because it's an actual car from like '88 or something that they just put pieces of like plastic on to make it look like a cool car. Oh, here it is. The tank-like SUV. I wouldn't call it that. It was built from an '88 Chevrolet K2500 truck. So yeah, it's just a concept car that they got their hands on, and like put fake guns on. Yeah, which is kind of low effort. They should have built like a proper car.
I think the biggest issue is the weird glass thing on the
yeah, the windshield. Yeah. But that's also like that's based on an actual car, another Chevrolet called Lumina APV minivan.
If they're gonna go that route, why didn't they just take like a Volkswagen or something?
Yeah, I know exactly. The car, it has too many. It looks too round. It doesn't look intimidating. It looks like I said, it looks like a toy car. I mean, it's cool because it has guns and stuff, but it doesn't look intimidating.
I don't like the roof. I think the roof ruins it.
Yeah, it's like a camper. You can sleep up there.
Yeah. But
now that they step out of it, it's a lot bigger than it looks. So I guess that's something.
Or a Volvo or something. Then they at least could have made like they crash into the building and say, "Oh, at least we're driving a Volvo."
Or it could have just been like a regular SUV. They look more like cool, tough, That just looked like a soccer mom car with guns.
Yeah, it looks like a bad soccer mom car.
Yeah. With guns.
This movie is kind of short.
I mean, it's standard for the 80s.
Yeah, I think it's a good length. Like a movie should
Yeah.
be like 100 minutes. This is 103. Perfect. Like I think
Yeah.
I think most movies, regardless of genre, like it doesn't really have to be over 2 hours unless it's supposed to be like an epic. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
It depends on what kind of movie. I mean, it's good length for an action movie, without a doubt.
yeah,
yeah, I mean, over 2 hours, I'd say the only genres that should be that is science fiction, fantasy, and maybe like these, Born on 4th of July, like a life movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Or-
thriller should
I don't
at
know.
least 2
But
hours.
I mean, even I guess it comes down to like structure of movies. But I mean,
Yeah.
even like I think most. I'm not. This is not me specifically hating on Marvel, but most Marvel movies are a little too long. I think like Ant-Man isn't like the best Marvel movie, but I think lengthwise it's perfect. It's like an well, I guess that is like 2 hours longer, like an hour and 59 or something. I think that's a perfect length for a movie like that.
I mean, it depends very much what, like Christopher said, what kind of story you're trying to tell.
Sure, sure. But I mean, like,
But the ensemble movies, I mean,
yeah, they have to be long.
like
I like
sometimes
Infinity
it's-
War, and I haven't seen Endgame, but Infinity War has to be over 2 hours.
but it feels
So
too
many
long.
characters.
Some aspects and in some parts.
Which one?
Infinity War.
No, I think that was.
I
That
think
was,
it was like
perfect.
10.
It was perfect length, I think, for that movie. I never felt the length in that one. But like,
It was like 10 minutes too long, I think.
I don't know. I don't remember. That was a good movie. It was actually a good movie.
Does this movie have any like British cut or special edition or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's one edition called Prepare to Tango. With commentary. No, I'm just kidding.
Commentary.
No, I'm just kidding.
But
They should. Sly should release an own version that's called Let's Tango, and when it's only audio commentary from him.
no, there. Wait, we're watching the 104-minute version. There is a 97-minute version.
Oh,
But
so
it-
it's a shorter
Yeah,
one.
it doesn't say what the cuts are, but it just says 97 minutes heavily cut. Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
I wonder if you can find anything out about that.
'Cause, I mean, if there were a longer cut of this movie, I would be interested in recutting it and see if I could make it.
Make
Yeah,
it
like
workable.
putting the bad guys scenes after the prison, and removing that shit scene and all those things.
Okay.
So I think this movie could, but I think we need more material.
Yeah. But this is the longest version there is.
No.
I mean, there's probably like a work print somewhere, but it's not like
Nah,
available.
No. Of course.
This is what I found about the alternate versions. The film's distributor actually self-censored the British theatrical version before submitting it to the BBFC,
Okay.
their board of censor. In addition to the footage of the BBFC demanded cut, the UK theatrical release also tones down the electrocution of a villain. Oh, when they kill a big face. Robert Zadar, sorry. What else? Edited footage of visible bloodletting during the finale. Omits some footage of Lopez being riddled with bullets. When is that? Lopez being riddled with... Oh, that's coming up.
Do you see that? That guy got shot in the head and he screamed.
Yeah. Because it hurts to be shot.
In the head.
Yes.
It was like a lengthy scream as well.
I don't know. Let's see. What else? Another headbutt, a throat chop, a villain pushing his fingers into Cash's blood wound. What is a blood wound? And Cash putting a grenade down a villain's trousers.
Oh yeah.
All footage was reinstated for video, so it was only cut for cinema, which is weird.
Ah, okay.
that's about it. Okay, so this movie, I mean, this movie isn't particularly violent. Sure, there's like some violence and some blood, but I mean, it's not like a Steven Seagal movie. That's like super violent and bloody or anything. But this had
Or an Arnold movie.
some Arnold movies. But this
this movie's kind of PG.
yeah, but it had an 18 certificate in England or Great Britain. This was for people 18 and up, which is kind of weird. But that's why they cut down. They cut so many things from the movie to make it a 15 certificate.
Who was Prime Minister back then?
Thatcher? Was she still in 89?
Yeah, I mean, what did she do? It was so great.
Maybe, yeah. Oh! They also the original UK cinema release cut out the "limey immigrant jerk off" quotes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. This is kind of weird when they do that. They do that for a lot of movies, but it doesn't. I don't know why. In the US TV version of this movie, there are different camera angles for the scene when Tango and Cash are interrogating Rakeen on top of the building. So they had alternate footage of that, and instead of just releasing the cinema cut to TV stations, they put in different camera angles for one scene. Why?
All right. Yep. 'Cause they could.
Yeah, but those things happen from time to time, and it's inexplicable for most parts. I don't get it. It's just a bunch of extra work. Just give the TV stations the movie. German retail video version was cut by around 2 minutes to secure a not under 16 rating. Later editions are uncut and rated not under 18. That's weird because this is not a very violent movie. It's like it's a comedy.
I mean, I think that Marvel movies are more violent than this.
Yeah, in a way, a lot more people like die, and there's more action, more punching, more. I guess not more shooting, but more punching.
But there's more blood in this one.
Yeah, there's more blood in this. Yeah.
Or is it though? I mean,
there's not really any blood in Marvel movies. Is there? They're PG-13, so there can't really be any blood in them.
I mean, Civil War had.
Yeah, like bloody, like busted lips and stuff, but you don't really see blood splatter. Because I think you can't do that in a PG-13 movie. There can't be blood like squirting or anything.
I mean, it's so retarded. You can't.
I know. I don't know. Did you see that video where they took a clip, like the opening clip from Captain America: Civil War, and made it R-rated? Like they put in a bunch of like fake blood. The
VFX guys.
Yeah, the corridor crew or whatever they're called.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's pretty well made. You should look it up. So like when Captain America throws his shield at a guy, instead of just knocking him back, it actually cuts him in half, and there's blood everywhere. It's fun. Like impact shots that would clearly kill a person or like break them in half actually does that in that clip. It's kind of fun. And it's fairly well made because they're an actual like effects house. Or effects company, I mean. But anyway, this is the exciting finale. We're in the last like 10 minutes of the movie. This is the scene that was cut down. No, that's not the one. When they shoot that guy. But yeah. Like I can see why they didn't want this to be like a hard R, like an 18 certificate, because it's supposed to be a pretty fun and carefree movie. But yeah, the violence is kind of violent from time to time.
Yeah, but I think it's realistic violence. It's not. I mean, yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah,
can't deny it. But I don't feel it's that glorifying of the violence.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's more like there is violence.
Yeah.
It's not a Quentin movie.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But then again, it kind of feels like it's like the clashing of tones. You have this funny, witty movie, and then there's pretty realistic, like bloody violence. Like that's kind of weird. It doesn't really work. I mean, it doesn't ruin the movie or anything. I like violence in movies, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and I think the action is pretty good in this movie.
Yeah, the action is pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes the movie fun. Like, if you like action, there's some good action in it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that before, but from the point where she gets abducted, which was, I don't think we actually see it, but it's at some point
No.
she's abducted. She like has barely any lines until like the last seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
She's just like a damsel in distress here, which like I usually mention, I am not super sensitive to it, but rewatching movies like this is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It's pretty poor writing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But
understandable
it's the 80s.
that people. Yeah, but it's understandable that people got upset about this, or still getting upset about it, when there was an era. Then this was all they got. There was no
Yeah.
other representation of women.
Yeah,
It's kind of understandable that people got a little mad.
yeah.
So for now, we can go back and watch this movie and say, yeah, it was the 80s. But imagine this is the only thing you can get.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, somewhere I'm not sure. I read somewhere that one of the guys that Stallone fights here is supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. But I've watched this scene a couple of times since I read that, and I can't find Jean-Claude Van Damme here.
That seems like fake. But I really like that this guy really hates glass.
Yeah.
He just attacks, and he just flying across the room.
Yeah, he loves to kick glass.
That part. That was the part.
Oh, that's the blood wound.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like, maybe.
And that part as well. The throat shot.
Oh yeah, that was cut out for some reason. Let's see here. While Cash is fighting Mr. Potato Head in the climactic battle, one of the villains who has a protracted fight with Tango is played by an uncredited and early career Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Early career.
Yeah, he had made some movies before this, but I mean, he got big in the 90s.
Oh my god, that cut was horrible.
Yeah.
What was?
The cut to get to this scene. You saw that, right?
Well,
It was really bad.
It was a really bad cut, just a
Oh,
hard
okay.
cut.
Oh, I didn't know. I was reading the thing. I didn't notice
No.
it. Oh well. I trust you. I'm pretty sure there was bad cuts in this movie.
I mean, if I say it's a bad cut,
Yeah,
it's a horrible cut.
Two. Oh. Whoa. That's how they kill the big baddie. I mean, yeah, they can't have a long fight with an old guy, but should have had like a younger guy so they could fight him for a while. I guess that's the Rakeen. They fight him as the like mini boss, but still. Oh, so clever.
Not even John Wick has a big epic fight with the baddie in the first one.
No, that's true. Yeah, he's like playing with him. Yeah, but the other ones, no, not the second one. The third one has a pretty good fight in the end.
Yeah, but that's not the main villain.
No, I suppose not. That's true. I suppose. Yeah.
Because you can, when you do villains, you either do the mastermind that's
And
not really good at fighting.
Yeah, and then you have the muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. That's true. That's true. That's a pretty good explosion, even though they added in some optical effects to make the explosions bigger, it looks like. Yeah.
I mean, if they made a sequel, it would be hilarious if he actually lost the arm.
He has a prosthetic arm. Oh no. Yeah, that's the scene you open with. He wakes up like, ugh. He sits up. You can't. They're kind of not showing that arm, and then like he puts his pants on, and then he like hooks on his arm, and like oh, and then it just says down in the corner it just says Tango and Cash 2. Like a super dour opening. Yeah. Slam. Ah, this is how every action movie should end.
Yeah.
Heroes again.
...
So good. Oh yeah, and that to the right. Ask not what the critics say. Pretty sure that's a jab. They knew the critics wouldn't like this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's an okay 80s action movies, but there are better 80s action movies.
Yeah,
But
there
better
is.
80s action movies that from 89.
Exactly.
Um,
This is the greatest action movie ever from 1989. I think.
I mean, is it though?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's weird that they didn't make more movies together since their chemistry
Yeah,
was
that's
so
true.
good.
I don't know.
But probably because Stallone thought he was better than that.
Yeah, Stallone's a dick.
Yeah.
That could be it. I don't know. But yeah,
But they did make a movie together.
they did.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Recently.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Guardians.
2.
Oh
They're not,
yeah.
They're not in any scenes together, but
I
they're in the
guess.
movie.
I mean, Sly's an asshole, apparently, according to you.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. Like, I don't want to act with him. Ugh.
Ugh.
I'm a real star.
I mean,
There are better
Yeah.
movies. I get it. I mean, yes, but it's okay for what it is, I think.
Oh sure. Yeah. For
Yeah.
what it is. It's a good movie.
yeah, it is.
It's fun. But
Oh no, maybe it's not the best action movie from '89.
no.
I mean, Lethal Weapon 2, it's 89.
Yeah. I don't remember that one.
I
know
I
it's
think I
a
prefer this one.
The only thing I remember is the diplomatic immunity. That's the second one, right?
Yeah. I have diplomatic immunity. It's just been revoked. That's pretty good.
I think this
Yeah.
one is more memorable.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon 2. I don't really like any of the sequels to Lethal Weapon. The first one is like a legitimate, I don't want to say masterpiece, but it's a legitimately good movie. Like a
I like the fourth
proper
one.
8 out of 10. I don't like the fourth one either.
I mean, the fighting scene with Jet Li was amazing.
Oh sure, yeah. That's good, but I don't know. Are there any other like memorable action movies? Well, I guess I mean Batman, which we're going to talk about next week, but that's not an action movie per se. It's a comic book movie.
It's a comic book movie.
Yeah, and we make that distinction even though we really shouldn't. It's an action movie.
It's been a while since I saw it, but The Killer.
Oh
with
my
John
god!
Woo.
You're right. Okay, yeah, this is not the greatest action movie from 1989. The Killer is amazing. That's my favorite John Woo movie.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't really. But I remember it as it's a good one.
Oh yeah.
But does it count? I mean, it's not a Western movie.
Hey now. That's I don't want to say racist, but
What do you mean? I'm an immigrant.
oh, it's true. Yeah, you have carte blanche for some reason.
I have like the villain in Lethal Weapon 2. I have diplomatic immunity.
You have diplomatic immunity.
No, I mean, sure, it's a better movie, but was it? I mean, how big was it back then when it came out?
Yeah, I don't think.
No idea.
I don't think it was that
I think
big
it
here.
got big during the 90s.
Yeah. When America discovered Asian cinema. Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's kind of a stretch, but Leviathan is kind of an action movie.
Yeah, that's true, but I would count them more as like maybe like horror or action thriller, I suppose. But yeah.
I'd much rather see that one than this.
Oh
again.
yeah. If we can shill an earlier episode when we talked about Leviathan, and we both kind of agreed that it's more or less a perfect movie for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Great.
That's a great movie. Yeah.
But I'm glad that I could watch this movie again with you guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's always fun to watch a movie with you guys.
Yeah, same. So, what are we gonna watch or do next week?
Well, next week we're going to discuss the biggest box office success of 1989, which was the first Tim Burton Batman movie. And in some ways, like up until recently, if you adjusted for inflation, it was like one of the biggest successes of all time. Because it made like $600 million back in 1989, which is insane.
Yeah.
So, so that's why we're talking about that. And also because it's one of the greatest Batman movies and greatest comic book movies of all time. But that's for next week. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.